Hey, I'm Vespers, and I'm here today to talk about studio reference monitor speakers. A lot of my students that are building home studios and doing some mixing and recording of their own music are quite interested in whether or not they need to invest in these, or if they should buy MIDI controllers or other things like that first. And I just wanted to have a discussion about my thoughts around studio reference monitors. First of all, I think that they're an essential component of any home studio. Some people mix on headphones, some people try and mix on regular stereo hi-fi speakers, and that's great if you don't have the cash, like if you've just got Ableton or another DAW and you're just getting started, but very, very high on your priority list of things to purchase should be studio reference monitors, and here's why. When you listen on other types of speakers, they don't give you a realistic or flat curve on the EQ spectrum of what your music is actually sounding like. The whole purpose of these speakers is not to sound good, it's to sound clear and accurate, to be able to give you a really, really clear picture of actually what's going on in your stereo separation, in your frequency ranges and things like that. These speakers are set up and constructed really differently from how regular speakers are built. First of all, they typically have amplifiers built into them. So when you have a speaker cone, a woofer or tweeter, whatever it is, it has a matched amplifier with it, rather than having an amplifier that may or may not have been designed specifically for the speaker. So it definitely makes sure that they're getting the power that they need. The next thing is that they give, they're supposed to anyways, it depends on the model, but they are supposed to give a very flat, accurate, real response curve to the music that's coming in. So it should give you a really accurate picture of your bass and your treble and things like that that allow you to mix your music. Now, when you're picking out speakers, it's also important to get the right type of speakers for your environment. I write really bass-heavy music, and I think anybody writing dance music should have at least a certain size of speaker or a speaker with a sub. These guys are made by KRK, and their woofers are just over 5 inches. These speakers don't accurately reproduce bass as low as I need them to go. So if I was going to use a speaker like this, I would want to make sure I was using a sub. Now, I don't use a sub in my system yet anyways, I might eventually, but what I do use in my main studio are these guys. These are Mackie HR824s, and these guys I like especially because they're an 8-inch driver and they have 2 amplifiers built into the back of them, one for the main woofer and one for the tweeter. So it makes sure that the speaker is getting tons of power to it, and it's very, very accurate, I find, down in the lower frequency ranges. So I wouldn't use anything smaller than an 8 in my studio if I didn't have a sub, because you're really just not going to get an accurate picture of the bass. So if you're thinking about whether to get studio monitors, I think it should be really, really high on your list of things to check out. You want to make sure that when you're writing your music that you have your ear attuned to what's actually going on so you can EQ it and mix it properly. So I think they're a great investment. And as far as what to spend on them, I mean, KRK is a good brand on the lower end. I've used KRKs for a while now. They do make an 8-inch speaker as well that are fairly affordable. The Mackies are a bit more pricey, but again, a really good speaker. And then another brand I know of that I haven't tried out yet, but I know a lot of people swear by on the super high end is Genelex. So what I would recommend is checking them out. You want to take some of your favorite music down to a store that has several of these monitor systems set up and listen to how it sounds and get a picture of the color of the sounds that each sets of these speakers have. So definitely a worthwhile investment, and hope that improves your home studio. Talk to you soon.